Orale, Cholo Trucker here, M.A.S movies and shows, and another show you can binge watch. Man, here we have possibly my favorite military show ever, ever. But there is a little bit of an issue with it, and we'll get to it in just a second. So let's go ahead and let's get to the description. A U.S. Army unit consisting mostly of new soldiers finds itself engaged in bloody firefights immediately following their arrival in Iraq, focusing more on the soldiers' lives than the war itself. Over there follows the stories of Sergeant Chris Scream Silas and his unit, which include PFC Bo Ryder, Private Frank Dim Dumphy, and Private Brenda Miss B. Michelle. The series was created by veteran TV producer who also worked on NYPD Blues and LA Law. The show's title comes from a 1917 George M. Cohen song about U.S. soldiers fighting in World War One. Okay, man. All right, man. This show only lasted one season. That is it. And that is the issue that I have with it, right? It aired in 2005. And that was it, man. It aired on July 27th, 2005, and ended in October 26th, 2005. 13 episodes. Now, me, myself personally, man, I love this show. The fact that it's only one season, mm, I could put it up there with some of my favorite shows, but it's also not fair, man, because it's only one season. You only get a small taste to think if it's a great show or not. I truly believe that this show was going to come back, and it didn't. Now, there's quite a few different rumors out there on why this show didn't come back. Okay. One is the ratings were declining. All right. But I remember hearing a lot of rumors and seeing a lot of different articles about that people were actually offended of this show. Now, if you guys, think back, this show took place in 2005 in Iraq, and it's showing these soldiers, like it said in the description, it's not so much about the war. Yes, definitely the war in Iraq is taking place and they're all up in the mix. Absolutely. But it really focuses on their individual stories, right? They don't have these great lives waiting for them at home. Uh, one of them gets injured and he's dealing with his alcoholic father. Another one has this broken, somewhat marriage where she's cheating on him, right? The another one, she ends up going AWOL, and at one point has sex for money. It's not just focused on the war. These guys out there fighting the war, and that's what it's about. No, man, it's also the struggle of them being out in Iraq and at the same time having all these struggles at home with their family. Also, one of the other chicks that's out in war, her husband, the struggle that he goes through, right? His wife is at war and he's, playing this stay at home mom, and that struggle that goes on there. Um, an Iraqi who's an American citizen from Detroit, but he's part of this unit and the struggles that he goes through because it's like, okay, man, they're kind of looking at me like I'm somewhat of the enemy because I'm Iraqi, but I'm an American. I'm here to fight with you guys. This show, I think, has it all. And what I'm alluding to is that there were complaints about like, hey, we don't like the way you're portraying soldiers in this show. There were a lot of complaints. One of the guys, being from the hood, and they're out there. Heck, they're out in Iraq. Drinking alcohol, smoking weed, getting high. If they see something that's of value, they might steal it here and there. So and you guys got to remember, this show was taking place in 2005. All right. That's just what, 4 years removed from 9/11. But honestly, now I've never served in the military. All right. Shout outs to everybody that has. I know a couple of people that have served in the military. And honestly, man, they've told me that, hey, dog, that show, I mean, it kind of portrays, yeah, what it's really like, man. I mean, it's regular human beings that have all these struggles. And I really loved it. I really loved this show, man. I've seen some of these actors go off to do other things, and that's cool. But my goodness, Holmes, I was really, really looking forward to more of this show, man. And in my opinion, just for me, is my favorite military show ever. At the same time, it's kind of hard. There's shows like Band of Brothers and all these great shows, right? It's kind of hard to compare this one because there's only one season, right? So it's kind of hard to say, okay, well, with one season, how much do you really have when you compare it to shows that have 3, 4, 5 seasons, right? I mean, the writers have to keep up with that. Where in this one, they didn't really have to keep up with much. So, and the way the show ends, I mean, it kind of leaves you a little bit in a cliffhanger. But nonetheless, look over there, 13 episodes, another show you could binge watch. Damn it, it's a great one. I really, really love this show, man. Great, great work that they did with it. Unfortunately, it didn't continue, it didn't last. But there you guys have it from 2005, 13 episodes over there. Another show you can binge watch. Cholo Trucker, M.A.S Movies and Shows. I'll catch you guys on the next one.